Hello everybody, good morning and happy Wednesday. Thank you for your patience in giving me a day to recover from the flu that was going around our house. So I am back to the world of living today and I am excited to be here with you. I'm so thankful that we are able to be here today to talk about tired eyes and what exactly they are caused from, due to, and what we can do about it. So let's start with why the eye area is so important and is such a focus. And first, let me just introduce myself. Let's do that first, because we always have new people on here and I don't necessarily know if you know me. So my name is Claudia Cometa. I am a pharmacist and independent skincare consultant, and I try to come here at least once weekly, sometimes twice, to provide you tips, tricks, and education to achieve the best skin of your life. So tired eyes. Why is the eye area so important? Well, first and foremost, when we're talking to people, when we're communicating with people, we are looking them in the eyes, right? I mean, that's the goal, at least. It would be weird if you're not. You know, eye contact is important, and you know, looking elsewhere, you know, neck, I mean, shoulders, that's just weird, right? So we're looking in each other's eyes, and that is, you know, it's been said that our eyes are the windows to our soul, and it really has a lot of meaning, and it really can make you appear tired and exhausted, even if you're not. And so what causes that? Well, first and foremost, the skin around our eyes is super thin. So it's about 0.5 millimeters in thickness versus the other skin around our face, which is 2 to 3 millimeters in thickness. So a pretty significant difference in how thin the skin is around our eyes. And so because of that, it is very predisposed and set up for damage from environmental aggressors. So here's a few reasons, though, why some people may have more of a problem with darkness and puffiness around their eyes than others, and then we'll get into what you can do about it. So some people just have it because of genetic predisposition. So some people are just more genetically predisposed to having darkness under their eyes. There still is something you can do about that, so don't get discouraged if that's the case for you. Some of it's just hereditary. Some of it is hyperpigmentation. So for whatever reason, you've got more pigment under your eyes, whether that's hereditary or because of something like excessive sun exposure without wearing sunglasses. So when we are exposed to the sun, not just under our eyes, but elsewhere, then you know, our skin ends up producing more melanin, which is the pigment that makes us look darker or that creates freckles, etc. And so that can be an issue, sun exposure. Allergies can be an issue as well, and for a couple reasons. One is it can make your eyelids puffier, and that can cast a shadow so that your under eye area looks darker. Also, when you're dealing with allergies, you typically have itchy eyes, and so you're itching and rubbing your eyes. What that does is causes some breakage in the capillaries in the under eye area, and that leakage of blood is going to cause some darkness as well. So allergies are a huge cause. You've probably heard of allergic shiners if you're involved in the allergy world or have family members who have allergies, and that's kind of the issue with that. So a lot of the rubbing. And so those are a few reasons why we have dark circles under our eyes. Another reason is the thinness and collagen decrease in our skin can result in some hollowing of the area under our eyes. And so just that and the shadows cast by that make our under eye area look darker. So when that happens, we just look tired. And it's funny because several years ago, it's maybe been 10 years by now, I had a friend who I hadn't seen in a while, and she, you know, we met up and I think we went to a movie or whatever, and she, you know, said, "Wow, you look really tired. Are you really tired?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually not." And you guys, several of you have probably heard that as well. And it's so frustrating because you hate to look tired, especially when you're actually not. And so I said, "No, I'm really not. Why?" And she goes, "Well, it's like right here and right here." And I still joke about that to this day, because I mean, that was, you know, we're talking, she's obviously looking me in the eyes, and my under eye area was dark. Another reason, before I move on to what we can do, is not getting enough sleep. And here's the reason why that ends up making our eyes look darker, is because not getting enough sleep actually makes our skin paler, which brings out more of the darkness under our eyes, the capillaries, etc. And so it's not that it's actually darkening our eyes, it's just the contrast because it makes our skin paler. So, all right, what are some of the lifestyle things that you can do? And then what are some of the topical things that you can do? So lifestyle, I'll name a few. One is sleeping on your back, which is great, better for your skin anyway. So sleeping on your back allows for some of that drainage of congestion and fluid overload in your eyes, and it's just better for your skin anyways to not be face planted and smashing your skin in different areas. So sleeping on your back, stopping smoking. Smoking is a killer for collagen production. So, and that, again, like I mentioned, not having enough collagen is going to cause some hollowing under your eyes as well. Wearing polarized sunglasses, super important because, again, like I mentioned, excessive sun exposure is going to make your skin produce more melanin. And so more melanin means, you know, a darker pigment and more pigmentation around your eyes, under your eyes, making it look darker. There's a squirrel jumping up to my door. That's interesting. So sorry about that. It was just bizarre. And so those are some of the lifestyle things that you can do. Of course, controlling your allergies. So if you have an allergy problem, an ongoing one that's not controlled, you know, get that under control, whether it's with antihistamines, maybe some intranasal steroids like Flonase, and make sure, and maybe even some antihistamine eye drops. That way you're not rubbing your eyes because they're itchy and creating some of that breakage of capillaries. And getting more sleep, as I mentioned, not getting enough sleep makes your skin look paler and then makes the eyes, the under eye area look darker. So those are some lifestyle things to consider. What about topical products and what should you do? So, you know, really because the skin around the eyes is so much thinner and so much more fragile, we really have to be careful of what we use around our eyes and make it that it is specifically tailored and formulated for the eye area versus maybe something that we're using elsewhere on our face or neck. And so here are a few ingredients to look for in eye creams. One is caffeine. So caffeine helps to vasoconstrict, which means to constrict some of those excessive blood vessels so it doesn't look so dark, and brings away some of that puffiness. Caffeine's a great ingredient you should have in an eye cream. Some phytonutrients, so things like dragon fruit extract, passion fruit extract, and apple extract. So we can definitely use some naturally derived ingredients to our benefit as long as we're using the right ones, and those are some to look for. Those are great ingredients. And we also want to nourish and moisturize our eyes. So, you know, you want to use humectants like hyaluronic acid to draw in moisture so that eye area gets moisturized as well. So those are some tips. I hope that helps. If you have any further questions, please let me know. I try to keep these pretty concise. I am going to cover cleansing brushes next week, so things like Clarisonic. But if you have future topic recommendations, please feel free to always either post them in the group or send them directly to me, because I would love to talk about topics that are important to you. So, and sometimes I don't always know those. So send them my way. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you soon.